Hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman and welcome to this week's mystery game. In the name of the moon, we have... probably a copyright nightmare if I'm gonna be hearing this song here, but hopefully that's not too bad here. Welcome to a marathon of Sailor Moon games here, or I guess a double of Sailor Moon games here. I'm gonna say it straight up front here, I started watching Sailor Moon within the last few months, and kind of quickly became a pretty big fan of this series. And I know that's weird for me to say, given how famous this anime is, pretty much. So, it should make no surprise that they made several Sailor Moon games back in the heyday here. There's... including fighting games in particular. And when you think Sailor Moon fighting games, most people probably think of the Arc System Works Classic, which we are actually going to play later in the video, but there is also a PlayStation version of this game. Or it's a different game technically, but if you've never seen this game before, which I'm sure if you've seen from, like, Matt McMuscles' video on this here, you probably might know how infamous this game is. Get used to seeing this, now loading screen, by the way, here. Funny enough, the season that this is based on, the Supers season here, is actually the season I'm currently up to, so I'm at least, like, more familiar with this arc now. Not that I think that has anything to do with the game itself here, but... yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get things rolling here. Once again, Mackenzie's joined with me here. Someone who doesn't know anything about Sailor Moon here.
No, I've
outside the bare basics.
I mean, yes, and I've, like, at least heard the context of, like, the name of it before, so, like, I'm not necessarily completely unfamiliar with it, but just, it's not a thing that, like, I've ever watched in any context.
So, this has, I think, all the main Sailor Guardians in it, to be fair, which I think the Super Famicom version does as well, but... this isn't the game that Uranus is broken in. I don't...
No, I'm just doing this for fun, not even anything else. I'm aware it's the other one, I'm just doing this for fun.
Alright, well, I'm taking a drink of my thing. I'll go with my girl, Makoto, here. If I press the right button, it's... yeah, cause
yeah, it's the... yep, no, we're in the reverse now, okay? Yeah, just my brain.
Also, you have to hit the button a second time here because, like... to confirm this here. There's some sort of weird stat modifier thing here. I don't
know what
really...
it's for.
Yeah. At least has an easy, like, stage selection here, which... to be fair, I at least like the look of those, at the very least. I don't know what's going on with your face here, Mako. I don't know what this expression is. And I hope you like the long loading screens here. That's the biggest takeaway of this. We're not gonna play too many rounds of this, but this game needs to be seen to be believed. I don't know if anything's gonna ever get as ridiculous as last week's Dong Dong Never Die, but... this might be up there. This game also just does not work half the time, like... oh, what is this? Do I have, like... okay, I'm literally just trying to do much of anything here. This game just does not like to work here. Just trying to figure out kind of what your moves are here. So, yeah, this game's, like, notoriously awful, but it kind of needs to be seen to be believed in some ways. Like, I think there is also a Saturn version of this as well, but, yeah, it's also just not, like, it's a slow fighting game. Do I have anything I can do here? This is, like, how do I do, like, Supreme Thunder or Sparkling Wide Pressure here, like... Nope, I apparently just can't do anything here. I mean, I seem to remember at least remembering, like, some of the other girls' movesets, basically, but... Yeah, this game, you can probably tell by, first of all, the animation's terrible in this game. Like, it's way too smooth, and it's also just, like, unnatural.
I mean, yes, but also, to be fair, for what I've learned, because my brains went down the loophole of game dev stuff lately, because I've been bored, pixel art animation is ridiculously difficult to do.
This isn't pixel art, though. This is, like...
It's close enough.
Also, I can't read...
Only based on quality, it's close enough.
Also, Artemis, I can't read what you're saying here. Sorry, buddy, but, like... This isn't even pixel art. It's, like, digitized, like... It's kind of... I'm
still arguably counts, I think.
It looks more... Okay, let me try a girl who I somewhat understand more.
Oh, right. Other button.
Of course, you're picking Chibiusa here. Like, it's arguably more like Donkey Kong Country Killer Instinct, like, digitized, like, taking models and, like, turning them into sprites and whatnot.
Which still counts as pixel art, as far as I'm aware.
Yes, but it's kind of just its own different thing.
Yes, but in context of... Artistically, it still counts as pixel art, as far as I'm aware. It's just a different technical method as to how to use it.
Yeah.
Like, rather than, like, actually drawing it out from scratch.
Yeah.
And in some cases, that works better sometimes for certain things.
Yeah,
not in the case of this game.
No,
clearly,
not at all. Especially when you see what the other... Oh my god, I forgot how small you are, Chibiusa. At least I think I remember being able to do shit with Ami in this game here. Which also this would never happen in, like, yes, you can say this for the other game as well, but, like, this would never happen seeing Ami fight Chibiusa. Now watch, someone's gonna disprove me that was a...
thing somewhere.
Yeah. If it is, I don't know, and I'm, like, more than halfway through this season here.
Yeah, so if it is a thing, it's not something that you've seen so far.
Yeah. I can apparently somewhat do Shine Aqua Illusion here. I say that now that it's not reading my input for this here. This game's trash. I'm sorry. Like, this is one of those things you have to play for, like...
10 minutes?
You have to see this in action just to believe it here. I mean, like, yeah, this game is the definition of trash, but it's the trash you kind of have to play a few rounds just to believe, like...
Yes, and not the Dong Dong Die version of trash.
Yeah, that game's not even trash.
No, but I mean,
mechanically
like, in terms
functions.
of the shitpost thing.
Yes, yeah. So what's your exposure to Sailor Moon, if any?
Arguably. Like, I know what it is, just, like, secondhand based off the name and stuff, and, like, artistically what it looks like, but other than that.
Oh, shoot, sorry.
I feel like a pause in the middle of this game was arguably just on par with the game, to be fair.
Oh, that was my fault, actually.
No, I mean, just in general with the way this game works, I feel like that's...
God, the attacks also take so long to come out, too, like... the attacks take so long to come out here, too. Like, it's... You know, you're seeing how long it's taken for Shine Aqua Illusion to come out. I kind of like the sprite work of, like, the portraits, not gonna lie. Like, every time they're hit, I kind of just noticed that there. Okay, I guess that works there. I feel like I can only do maybe one more round. This is
No, that's
garbage.
valid. That's valid.
But that's also, I mentioned before we're doing a couple of Sailor Moon games in this, because there's a very popular Sailor Moon fighting game that we're also going to take a look at that's going to go about play about 3 times the speed of this game. So...
Very true, very true.
Yeah, whatever, Chibiusa. I don't know what determines between who was... Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know what determines over, like, what... If it's Luna or Artemis talking on the thing. I would think depending on, like, what character won, but you were Uranus last time, and I don't know what she would have... She probably... I can't think of what connection she'd have to Artemis there, but...
Unless it's just a screen-based thing, where it's like, because the second player's on the right, it's
yeah,
just
maybe.
something like
maybe
that.
Maybe it could be something like that, so I guess... Okay, I was actually gonna go Minako here, but that's fine. Yeah, you know what, I'll go Mars, why not? I think that's like the best 2 out of 3 of this one here, and then we'll move on to the better
the
game.
Other one, the other one.
You can only take this so long here.
No, that's valid.
This is probably slower than Dong Dong is, and that's a best 3 out of 5 there.
Yeah, so
I at
that's...
least kind of like the stage selection in this game, but that's literally about it. There's nothing of quality otherwise. Like, so, I guess with my exposure, like, this is weird. I didn't grow up with Sailor Moon, but I grew up with, like, similar shows. Like, not really even, like, the whole Magical Girl thing, even though I did watch a bit of, like, the English dub of, like, Cardcaptor Sakura when that was a thing. And, like, not that this is, like, a Magical Girl show, but, like, I always...
Closer.
Well, like, whenever I watched... I mean, God forbid I'm talking about this again for, like, the 40th time here, but, like, I did watch the Kirby anime series all the time back in the day, and, like, that's arguably in a similar, like, formula. Okay, that took so long to come out there! And I don't know what I did differently to do Burning Mandala there compared to Fire Soul there. Is it...
How do I still have health left is the real question.
Good question. Take that. I'm guessing that's only based on, like, how long I held the button or what, because I was doing the same motion input for both those attacks. At least I can kind of understand Mars's inputs here. I couldn't understand what I was doing with the other character, well, the first character I played there.
Oh. Me forgetting I'm on the opposite side of the screen for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what
the difference is.
I mean, I can tell... I'm guessing one's, like, a quarterback and the other's a halfback. That's my only thought on the matter there. This game's trash. I guess I'll quickly finish up what I was saying about, like, my experience with Sailor Moon, but, like, you know, I was always familiar with it from secondhand knowledge, and, like, just recently in the last... Really, it was only the last few months, like, I started getting, like, the Blu-ray sets, and now I have all 5 seasons on Blu-ray, but it's, just because that was the most accessible way to watch it.
Yeah, fair.
I'm sure I probably could have found it on, like, Crunchyroll and stuff, too. I just didn't want to get a subscription. Yeah, I don't know what is determining if it's Luna or Artemis here, but it's...
Like any of the rest of this game makes any sense either?
Totally. Thankfully, though... if I can find where to... Yeah. Thankfully, though, there is another Sailor Moon game, and I hope this is the right one, because there's multiple on here. I don't know. Yes, this is the right one here. So, I mentioned before there was another Sailor Moon fighting game. This one's on the Super Famicom here. This one is legitimately, like...
The better one?
Well, yes, but also, like, a legitimately popular, like, esport fighting game in a way.
Oh, okay.
There's
I get what
actual,
you mean,
like,
yeah.
tournaments and meta and shit for this game here, so... I knew you were gonna do that. So, I think this is the same character roster, but,
Just plays better.
yeah. This bottom text here, I think, is, like, the stages, basically. I'm just gonna pick a random one here. I can't really tell here which is which here. Uranus is stupid as shit in this game. Like, you want to talk the definition of banned characters, don't look to Meta Knight, don't look to Oddjob, look to Sailor Uranus here. Like, I don't know how, I don't remember how to do the infinite if I've ever even done it, but like, this character
I know I definitely have before, and then I've
yeah.
right after forgotten how to, funnily enough.
Yeah. From what I understand, Venus, like, I mean, it's the fact that she has that forward dash there, but like, I think Venus is like one of the very few characters who can stand up to her, basically, but...
Yeah, which would make sense.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this game's, like, legit, like, good. Like, you'd be surprised. Like, it's not balanced in the slightest way. How did I get a perfect there?
I don't know.
I mean, Minako probably wants to be perfect, or wants people to believe. She's not my favorite of the girls, but, I mean, I like them all. Let's save Uranus for later anyway, because... if I can remember...
Okay, no, I didn't.
Okay, you're going for Mako there. Technically, none of us have used Usagi yet, so... Actually, not sure how many stages are in this game. Oh, this is a cool night background here. Oh, that's a crazy... Every character has, like, a backdash, but, Usagi and, I don't know why I'm calling half of them, like, by their normal names and half of them by their, like,
Yeah,
sailor
the
titles,
other
but,
ones?
like, Sailor Moon and Sailor Uranus are, like, the only two characters that have a forward dash, and Uranus's is, like, the thing that
The
makes her...
busted.
Yes.
When you execute it correctly.
Usagi's is, like, difficult to pull off, because it's, like, I mean, it's probably not useful in any way. God, like... Mako, stop out of it! Yeah. Yeah, no, ignoring a lot of the weird jank, though, I do think this is legit, like, a really great fighting game, especially for its time, in a way, like... And Best Girl Jupiter wins. We haven't seen, I guess just Neptune and Pluto here. I guess this game doesn't have, I don't know if this game has Otaru or not, unless she's, like, unlockable or something, I'm not really sure. I thought it might have for some reason, but, okay, yeah, this is, like, the default stage that I used to see all the time without knowing how to change the stages, basically, but yeah, you can see how much faster this game moves compared to the PlayStation 1 by comparison. Also, it's... This is just my weird thing, but, like, watching, like, the version of Sailor Moon I'm watching is the Viz dub, which is, like, the newer, like, redubbing of it that came out in, like, the last 10 years or so. And, like, the one voice actor in that always, like... Even though I think it's really cool that she's in it, the one that, like, catches me off guard is, Sailor Pluto and, like, a few other, like, minor characters are voiced by Veronica Taylor, who's Ash Ketchum's original voice actor.
Yeah, so I can see why that would catch you off guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it's because I'm used to her voicing characters in, like, more, like, I guess other shows kind of aimed at, like, a younger audience. Not that Sailor Moon's, like, bad or whatever, other than, like, you have demons who just go to hell every other episode, it feels like, but, like, and not for nothing, I think Veronica Taylor does a good job as Pluto. It's just, again, it's, like...
Yeah, it's just,
interesting to hear her in, like, a more serious role
and
sometimes.
you would also just typically place that voice actor in terms of other things in your head, too.
Yeah. Mars again. We didn't really show it, I think Chibiusa in the other game is supposed to be really broken, not that, like, nothing in that game isn't, but, like...
Yeah, to be
I don't
fair.
think Chibiusa's actually all that good in this one by comparison, though. But, yeah, no, this is definitely... Can you hit anything here? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, at least I have a ground projectile there. Oh, how did I do that? Yeah, you laugh at that kid you beat up there, Ray. This is also kind of like, you know, it's like, on a technical level, this game is, okay, it's not balanced in the slightest, but, like, it's also kind of the case of where, when I said earlier, I think the worse a fighting game is, in some ways, the more interesting it can be in a way, like, to a degree, because, like, I was talking to some people, like, trying to get recommendations for things, and, like, you know, one of my friends was saying, like, just play Third Strike, and I'm like, Third Strike's good, but it's too good. I don't think it would make for an interesting video, in a way. I don't know how I perfected that either while I was in the middle of saying that, but... I guess want to do the Uranus mirror match, then, I guess?
Sure.
So... But yeah, no, this game is, freaking... Oh, right. Selection's a little confusing in a way, but, I mean, it works for what it is there.
Yeah, and especially because they don't know this too, but, like, we've played this off camera beforehand to, like, test a couple of the games out, so it's like we kind of know what we're doing at least a little bit.
Yeah. It's like, there's some stupid BS that this character can do, basically. Like, Uranus has so many infinites and, or, like, weird infinites and shit that, like, you can't do shit about, basically.
Yeah, and there's particularly the one that I've executed before that I don't remember how to do off the top of my head, but it's like the infinite dash sprint.
Yeah, it's... Like, she just moves too fast that you can't keep up with, like...
Yeah, which is fair.
Like, half the roster just cannot...
Not, I mean, in terms of balance, but, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Mars and Venus are, like, decent, but then, like, literally, Uranus is just in a league of her own at that point. We'll do one more Uranus match, I guess. So... Yeah, And I think I'm locked in the infinite here, or never mind, but still, I couldn't do much about that. Ow. But yeah, no, this is the Sailor Moon fighting games. I mean, one of them's pure shit, but the other is this is actually a really fun game, I think. Good for some very fun, fast-paced action here. Looks pretty great for the time. There's a lot of good Sailor Moon games in the era. Like, there's like a couple different beat-em-ups, one of which was a monster to try and fucking get working on this.
Yeah, the one that you got me to help you with on Steam Deck because you couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. That took us like 4 hours or something stupid.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't realize it was like the most dumb basic thing.
Yeah, that might be fun to maybe go through sometime. There's like there's a couple of beat-em-ups. There's like a home console version of that one as well, and yeah, but. In the meantime, though, thank you for joining on this week's Mystery Game. Join us back next week for some more weird stuff that you'll probably never guess what we're gonna play. Maybe you might, who knows? I know for sure, though, whatever we play next is a mystery, because it's Mystery Game and you never know what we're gonna play. So, thanks everyone for watching. I've been Masterstarman. Have yourselves a great day, and peace out.